45. Sorry that it's a little later at 6:10. And we would stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I would entertain roll call, and how would you do it?
Just state that you're here and then call your name. Mitch Sperner.
Here.
Arlene Amsted.
Here.
Brian Caffey.
Here.
Kyle Littweiler.
Here.
Adam Lehman present. We have a quorum with Landon Patterson and Rhonda Briggs absent.
Next is our core value.
I wanted to highlight something tonight that just illustrates our core values. Sometimes I like to do that instead of just reading them. We had a Veterans Day program today to honor our veterans of our middle school and high school students attended. And our presenter was State Rep Dr. Lori Goss-Reeves, who spoke about being the daughter of a Vietnam veteran who was killed in action. Some kind of a different approach to our Veterans Day programs. We were able to honor veterans from the community they came in, as well as our in-house veterans. And our middle school and high school kids were amazing today. It was a pin drop situation the entire time. It was just I heard from the veterans that came in, from our presenter, just wow, how great the kids were listening and paying attention and really seeming to be engaged. And that's not always a typical age in middle school when you sit for an hour and stay engaged, and they were wonderful. So that just represents our core values in a real way, more so than just reading them. So I'm going to share that tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Again, happy Veterans Day to those who have served our country well. Next on the agenda is Shining Stars.
So shining stars that I have, and anybody else can chime in as we do. I wanted to highlight our volleyball team. All of our fall sports did a great job. It's just not often that a school our size gets the opportunity to be in the Final Four in the state. And that's what our volleyball team did. And it was such an exciting time to be able to watch this team be so unified together, and so many people in the community came to Peru to watch. We represented the whole big side of the arena, and it's just something to be proud of, not just what our girls did, but how our community came and supported them behind them, and getting to see a lot of the postseason tournaments for our students. We were so well represented at all of those, and that's something to be proud of. So those are my shining stars. Does anybody else have any that they want to share? I don't want to cut anybody off. So it's kind of listed.
Volleyball.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is the consent agenda, the approval of the minutes and the claims, the minutes from November, October. Yes, because we didn't do it at the last meeting in our short meeting.
Right,
So
we didn't.
this would be the
Yeah.
October minutes and November 4th. And then the claims and personnel, the retirements, leave of absence, internal transfers.
Yeah, normally we can take these all together, which is okay with me tonight, as long as I can take a moment to thank Orlin and Lois Lehman, who have been bus drivers for us, we're planning to finish out this school year for sure, but some health issues made them make another choice, and it's a very hard decision for them, but we just appreciate their years of service. We look at that bus as the first classroom. There's so much interaction. Our bus drivers and our assistants are so important to the start of the day and getting those kids home safely, and they're going to be missed. So I need to make sure to say thank you to them.
We approve the consent agenda. Second.
It's been a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Your name?
Yay.
Dave?
Yay.
Yay.
Motion is carried. Next is the teacher contract ratification.
In your packets, you have the contract, and it's been posted online for probably close to 3 weeks now, I think, 2 weeks at least. And this is a contract between the corporation and South Adams Classroom Teachers Association. We had a hearing last week on that, and this contract did not change in its presentation from the hearing. And I'm bringing it forward for approval tonight so that it can be uploaded to Gateway and guide us through this school year. It's a 1-year contract, which is different for us. We've normally done 2, but with the state of things right now, we just want that 1 year. If you have any questions about it, or
have any questions, just to piggyback a little bit off of the Shining Stars, we have some of the best teachers.
we do.
that
Yeah.
There are. I don't think we say thank you enough.
Thinking about writing an email today. I can't even come up with the right words to say thank you for all the work that they put in, and all our staff in general. They're everywhere. I was able to take some of the people that were here today were here earlier. They literally said, I don't see places like this very often. Are those your teachers? Are your teachers? I mean, just the care and attention that they give. And so thanks for sending that message.
I move we approve the contract certification.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve the teacher contract ratification. Your name?
Yay.
Yay.
Motion is carried. Thank you, Josh, for your team you're behind my post. Just want to thank you for good negotiations and in good faith.
It was a great thing. Josh does a great job of staying up on top of things and understanding where things are legislatively, not liking, but understanding, knowing. I'll put knowing. Understanding is not. Yes.
Thank you, Ann and Michelle, and those who were involved. Anyhow, that motion is carried. Next is reports and updates. First is facilities and construction.
So I got a text from Jason just a bit ago. He has a furnace issue at his house. He apologizes. He was hoping to get here, but so I'll fill in with facilities and construction updates. And we've just right now seeing that today, it felt like we don't have anything major going on that our people are doing. There's just so many things to be doing. With winter coming, just like at your house, there's filters to be replaced. Right now we're mystery solving why this light is doing this. And they had to plow this week. And they are just busy all the time, taking care of, they came in today and said, we need to fix your ceiling tiles. Just the time that it takes to walk through the building, to see the things that need to be done, to get emails and know. So we don't really have anything major that's happened or that we've taken care of, but it's all the little things that they do, that they've been doing this last couple of weeks since we had our last board meeting. Now, Jason may have something more to say. I don't want to, that I might not even know they're working on, but that's about as much as I know of our facilities update right now.
Thank you. Next is technology.
SEPA compliance.
Yeah, so like you see in your agenda, the SIPA stands for Children's Internet Protection Act. And actually, every year Myra would come and do this thing that we have to do every year to maintain our
compliance.
SIPA compliance, which also is what we need to maintain our E-rate eligibility as well. So that's a big part of that. So in order to have SIPA compliance, we have to do 3 basic things. First is have a content filter, which we do have. It's called Content Keeper. We're supposed to have documentation and reports and things like that to prove that it's working, which obviously we can get at any time, and we have a lot of those already. So that one's taken care of. We must have an internet safety policy, which we have a board policy that also fulfills that requirement already. So we're good there. To kind of go along with that, as a school, we kind of have a separate requirement, which is educating students regarding appropriate online behavior, including interacting with other individuals on social networking websites, chat rooms, and regarding cyberbullying awareness and response. So in order to meet that requirement, we have Jody Mayer coming December 3rd, 4th, and 5th. She'll be giving a body safety, cybersecurity presentation. I think she came last year,
So we had last year.
and she did a good job there too. So that takes care of that requirement for us. Third requirement is basically what we're doing right now. We have to have a public meeting letting the public know that we meet all the requirements. And that's what we're doing. So we are good to go for SIPA compliance. To go along with that, for E-rate this year, we do not have to file category 1, which is like our basic internet service discounts and things like that. So looks like in 2023 and 2025, we signed 5-year contracts for each of our internet lines that we have. So we don't have to do those again until 2028 and 2030. But this year we did file a category 2, which is hardware based. So what we're looking for this year is going to be UPSs, which are uninterruptible power supplies. So it's our battery backup systems, basically for like our server rooms and things like that. So currently have lead acid battery backup systems. Lifespan is usually 3 to 5 years. We're looking to get lithium based ones that last 8 to 10 possibly. So without much cost difference either. So that's what
Really appreciate that work on that.
Yep.
There's so much that goes into keeping those things up and going and rolling. You're always on top.
About how many computers, laptops, technology items are in the building with the students? How many of them are that? I mean, that would be
Yeah, I'm guessing
enough to.
right around 1 million probably. Yeah. No.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, we have
Well,
one-to-one
why
for students, so we're one-to-one devices and count all teacher devices, all the extra devices that we have for other staff members, things like that. So,
Just thank you for maintaining all that stuff.
1,500 probably,
oh yeah,
Yeah.
close.
yeah, give or take. Probably more, yeah. All right, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Have a good day.
We didn't have to, we didn't have to do that.
No, we just, it's just a report.
Next is safety and security.
Last Friday, Earl put a camera up that we repurposed from the high school library towards the vending machines that got moved over by the stairwell, by the freshman restrooms that have not been renovated yet. One of the Feed My Starving Children trucks came today. It came a day early. It was said they'd coming tomorrow, but the guy said there's one trucker and 2 trailers who brought one today and another one tomorrow. So it's over there now on the concrete slab, so the weight of the truck doesn't give into the asphalt. And another one they're going to pull up right next to it tomorrow, and then they'll get to use our forklift to take that stuff up to the pool doors and carry stuff in manually. That way on Friday for the big day. Let's see, last week before the weather got bad, we got our November fire evacuation drill, and we did a little differently. We took shelter first, went to our tornado sites, pulled the fire alarm from there, so people just got used to leaving from a different location than always being in the same classroom, getting up and leaving at the same time. So the only thing we have left to do this semester that's required is the monthly fire drill in December, and then we've got our active shooter lockdown drill planned for early in December. But we're not going to give that date out to everybody. Nathan, Katrina, and I met with final forms on the new registration for stuff for next year. We met our onboarding specialist. He got information about the school, and they're already getting stuff set up. They want to look at the documents that we had attached to the previous system, and they'll get that basically up and running. Then we'll say, okay, change this, change that. And they said everything, any changes we want to make from that point on, the guarantee will be done within 72 business hours. Whereas it took, a couple months sometimes for the previous person, if they even did it right at all. And then finally, tomorrow morning, Tay and I are going to Fort Wayne to a Department of Transportation, their winter operations meeting. I've never been to one, so I don't know what to expect, I guess, from the title. But it also seems like they're a couple days behind. Fall's coming up, so I guess it's an annual thing, but it's the first time that they invited schools along with law enforcement and the snowplow people. So that's all I got.
We've been working on our route buses, getting stop arm cameras on our route buses. We now only have 3 buses left to put stop arm cameras on for routes.
Thank you for that update and moving forward with that. The buses and everything. Next is old business, our sanitary project update.
So we had a punch list meeting last Friday, and one of the big, all the little things on the punch list are kind of normal things. Something that we discovered on our walk around was the alignment of the tile. So we reviewed that. And then the issue with the staff restrooms not being put to height of the plan. So when you have a project and the contractor doesn't follow the plan, they have to follow the plan. So we met with the team, and the team is doing, they're replacing, they're fixing, they're changing the height of those toilets and the chases. The question is, what all has to be done in order for that to happen? Is it surgical, they call it, which means they just cut the tile, remove, lift, do it by doing that? Or is it a demolish and redo? So right now, we don't know yet. They have to go in and evaluate exactly where the air is and the height and the stuff under the floor and in the wall, and make that plan. The plan that would be the demolish and redo is probably going to be a 3-week start to finish. So they're coming and evaluating. We tentatively made worst case scenario plan of them starting the Monday of Christmas break and finishing the week after Christmas break. They might have been able to get it done during that Christmas break time, worst case scenario, but it's Christmas, so they're going to have employees with time off. So if they get in and find out it's a longer term, we reserve the right to say you're going to wait till the summer and do it then. So we'll see. And Jack Laurie, who did our tile, is coming back to evaluate if the lines that we see are within acceptable range, which they actually have a metric for that. If not, they will redo those as well. So they were great. It was an easy meeting and lots of eyes on things. And when we regroup, we'll have more of a timeline to share at the December meeting. Exactly. And then we're continuing to move along the process to be ready to start phase 2. And get the bid process going just like we did for phase 1. Stay tuned for that. Any questions about that? Anything you can basically see to the naked eye that what didn't look right is on punch list. About 13, 14 pages long.
Which group did the contractors report to?
Did the contractors are ACB, Allen County Builders are the main ones, and then they have their subs underneath. So it's the plumbing subs that are working to fix. But it could potentially involve a lot of other subs because of what could happen. So, yeah.
Next on the agenda is new business, obsolete equipment.
So we have a wooden chair rack that is no longer used for a long time. Wagner found it in the back of the storage room, and probably in the Indiana code, that would probably not meet the threshold for obsolete equipment, but I'm glad that we know the rules and we follow them, so we brought it forward. And
It's on our list.
yeah, so we can deem that obsolete, and then we can discard that.
So does it go into Earl's office?
I was thinking about how well people have repurposed our COVID shields, you guys. If you've been in our auto shop, they're repurposed out there. We repurposed them lots of places. I was at a football game where I think they should have repurposed their COVID shields for, say, for bleachers. So it's, anyway, so we might have a repurpose for it. We'll repurpose it around here, so.
I move to declare the item as presented to be obsolete.
Second.
It's been a motion and second to declare the chair obsolete.
Yay.
Yay.
Motion carried. Next is a donation.
So I have a donation, Randy Fenwick, who is donating $1,000 in memory of Mike Odell, who recently passed away, Jesse Odell's father. He's donating that to the football team in memory of Mike. And that would make Mike very happy, makes the other family very happy. And it's a very thoughtful, generous gift that we're thankful for.
Make a motion to accept the donation.
Second.
It's been a motion and a second to accept the donation.
Yay.
Yay.
Motion's carried. Next is other.
The only other things that I have are Feed My Starving Children, which is this Friday. You're all invited to pop in and see it, or pair that up, or do it. It is a huge production. Our kids are amazed at how it works. And there's a lot of education that goes around it. Doug made a comment today, it's kind of like Disney World, if you've been there, where you go in and learn about the ride, and then you go do the ride. So you go into the auditorium, and you learn about the purpose and what they're doing, why it's important, and then you get to actually go do that. And obviously, there's a lot of working parts to that, and I think actually Buckingham is heading that up, and it's a whole community event. So we'll have people from the community as well as our kids doing that. And then just as I mentioned at the fourth board meeting, we did approve a calendar in September or in October, and working with the other two area schools along with the Wells County schools trying to unify a calendar. We are going to do a calendar survey for our staff and also for our families to be able to have some feedback on the calendar. Following back up today with the superintendents, they have theirs work to be reviewed this board meeting tonight. We all share a board meeting night, and then approved in December. And we're very hopeful that ours will match, because we used to do that in the past, and we've kind of gotten away from that matching. And it does have an impact on our kids, because when we have school and they don't have school, our shared kids don't come. We have a lot of shared kids and different programs with our special needs kids, our CTE kids. And the same is true, if they don't have school, our kids don't get to go to the shared programs for that. So, but we want to hear what our families and our staff have to say. We believe it's very important to be as unified as possible, but we also want to hear. And we did put a place in our survey this time of I don't care. We feel like when there's just the two choices, people will make one that's, and if they don't care, then we want to know that too. If any of them are either one's okay, that matters too. So we'll be getting that out in the next week or so to have it back and ready for a recommendation for December. That's all I have.
Yes, the board. Hearing nothing. Adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
It's been a motion and a second for adjournment.
Yeah.
Motion is carried. And if you